High volatility in Koss Corporation stock price on Monday, which ended trading at $35, updated on February 1, 2021. Buy or hold candidate since December 3, 2020 gain won 196.30%. The Koss Corporation stock price fell by -45.31% on the last day, Monday, February 1, 2021, from $64 to $35. During the day the stock fluctuated 76.47% from a day low at $34 to a day high of $60. The price has risen in 6 of the last 10 days and is up by 1,106.9% over the past 2 weeks. Volume fell on the last day along with the stock, which is actually a good sign as volume should follow the stock. On the last day, the trading volume fell by -4 million shares and in total, 8 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $268.50 million. The stock lies in the middle of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and a further rise within the trend is signaled. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 41.34% during the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, hold a price between $7.34 and $90.89 at the end of this 3-month period. Signals and forecast. The Koss Corporation stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $31.19 and $8.57. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence MACD. Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Friday, January 29, 2021, and so far it has fallen -45.31%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Volume fell together with the price during the last trading day, and this reduces the overall risk as volume should follow the price movements. Support, risk and stop loss. There is no support from accumulated volume below today's level, and given the right condition the stock may perform very badly in the next couple of days. The stock may move very much during a day volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band this stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved $26 between high and low, or 76.47%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 207.27%. Our recommended stop loss, $32.99 -5.74%. This stock has very high daily movements, and this gives very high risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 1 day ago. Is Koss Corporation stock a buy? Several short-term signals, along with a general good trend, are positive, and we conclude that the current level may hold a buying opportunity, as there is a fair chance for Koss Corporation stock to perform well in the short term. We have upgraded our analysis conclusion for this stock since the last evaluation from a hold accumulate to a buy candidate. Current score, 2.627. Predicted opening price for Koss Corporation of Tuesday, February 2, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price February 2, 2021. Current price $43. Koss is overvalued compared to its price of $35 per share, has about average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the VectorVest parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Value: current price, $35. Current value, $1.81. Koss has a current value of $1.81 per share. Compared to a price of $35 per share, the stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential: relative value RV. Very poor RV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. Koss has an RV of 0.01, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety relative safety RS fair RS is an indicator of risk. Koss has an RS of 0.90, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility and other factors. Timing relative timing RT very poor RT analyzes a stock's price trend. Koss has a relative timing rating of 0.41, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating value safety timing VST poor VST is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. Koss has a VST rating of 0.58, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety and timing. STOP stop price $19.26 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. Koss has a stop of $19.26 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices, and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index Excellent CI is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. Koss has a CI of 1.53, which is excellent on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. CI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT earnings growth rate GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. Koss has a forecasted earnings growth rate of -7.00%, which VectorVest considers to be very poor. EPS earnings per share EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. Koss has a forecasted EPS of $0 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE price to earnings ratio PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. Koss has a PE of 0.00. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 64.98. EY earnings yield EY reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. Koss has an EY of 0.00%. This is below the current average of 1.54% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE growth to PE ratio Koss has a GPE rating of 0.00. A stock is commonly considered to be undervalued when GPE is greater than 1.00. DIV dividend VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in DIV. Koss does not pay a dividend. DY dividend yield DY reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. Koss does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DY equals 100x DIV price. It is useful to compare DY with EY. If DY is not significantly lower than EY, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS dividend safety DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. Koss does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and EY levels that are much higher than DYDG dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. Koss does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG Vector YSG is an indicator which combines DY, DS and DG into a single value, and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. Koss does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVGVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. Koss has an AVGVOL of 2,144,879 shares traded per day. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVGVOL. Percent vol equals volume, AVGVOL/AVGVOL 100. Koss had a percent vol of 257.66% on Monday, February 1, 2021. PRC, Koss price changed -45.31% from the prior day's closing price. Sales, Koss has annual sales of 18 million. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. Koss has a sales growth of -4.00% per year. This is very poor. Sales per share SPS Koss has annual sales of $2.45 per share. Price to sales ratio PS, Koss has APS of 14.30. Shares, Koss has 7 million shares of stock outstanding. Market capitalization, Koss has a market capitalization of 259 million. Business sector, Koss has been assigned to the home business sector. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Industry group, Koss has been assigned to the home audio-video prods industry group. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors.